this right here for you.
Hi, I'm Rick. I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, I've known Alan for a very long time, and I'm thrilled that he asked me to share with him. It's nice having somebody in here that kind of knows a lot about me, and I can't really lie too much. We'll make him maybe kind of the fact checker or whatever. And I like being called a suspect a lot more than a pigeon is what they used to call me. I was sober for nearly 11 years, and I did everything that I was asked to do, and I sponsored, and I GSR'd, and had a home group, and then I stopped doing it. I stopped doing all of it, and I've spent 13 years crawling back. And in those 13 years, I've been back in jails, mental hospitals. I can't think, honest to God, I can't think of a hospital ICU that I haven't been into for suicidal thinking and drunkenness in this county in the last 13 years. And then on December 6th, my sobriety date is December 7th, 2021. And Pearl Harbor Day seems more than appropriate. And I woke up, came to in Northwest Hospital, and I could see my youngest daughter standing over there, and the doctor, and I was in 5-point restraint. And I said, "What am I doing here?" And they said, "You're suicidal, and we had to resuscitate you about 3 times last night. We didn't think you were going to make it." And I said, "Well, that can't be true, because I don't remember it. Because if I don't remember it, it's not true." And they said, I said, "Okay." And they said, "Well," I said, "I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not suicidal. Release me so that I can go home." They said, "You can't go home. Your daughter's having you civilly committed under Ricky's Law." How appropriate. And I had never heard of it, but I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, can you take me out of these restraints?" And they said, "Sir, you have a very long history of fighting paramedics." She goes, "So as you calm down over the next few hours before we send you off to a detox," she goes, "we'll start letting one at a time let you go, those straps." And I was like, fair enough, because I knew that I had a very big history with law enforcement and paramedics and everything, because I was for many years, in and out of hospitals for suicidal thinking and threats and violence, fights, all that stuff that comes with my kind of drinking. And I was angry. I was so angry, and they carted me off to a detox facility in Kent, and they wanted to try to keep me there for like 3 weeks. But you see, I'm a con artist. Okay, I am, And so I had a lawyer there and everything, and they were like, said they want you to stay, and they did. It was a Zoom thing, and my daughter testified against me, and then one of the people, for whatever, the county said that he hasn't drawn a sober breath since 2013, and I raised my hand. Everybody went off screen. I said to my lawyer, I said I was sober from 2013 to 2014, had an ankle bracelet on some of that time, and everything. I said, so that's an outright lie. So they let me go about 2 hours later. And I get in the Uber, and I said to the driver, I said, "You can drop me off at a store. I'll catch a bus." He goes, "No, we have to take you straight to your place of where you live." And so they took me home, and my plan was to walk down the street to my 7-Eleven and get my booze. And my daughter was there. And she goes, "I need you to not drink." She goes, "I want my daddy back." She goes, "For 11 years of my life, my formative years, I had a sober daddy." And she goes, "That was an amazing thing." And I just had this epiphany that, yeah, maybe I could do that, and maybe I don't want to die. Maybe I don't want to die. And so I had to change everything about me. I walked out of a 13-year relationship, and it was a drinking partnership. And I put myself into clean and sober housing. And I'm still there. I manage 2 clean and sober houses, and I have to pee in a cup randomly. maybe not so much random anymore because I'm the one that says when you pee in a cup. Oh, the con artist is kicking in. Okay, and breathalyze a group of men and everything like that, and it's a really good place for me to be. I'm on disability. I had the opportunity. I got really pissed off the first couple of months. I'm like, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Screw this. I'm a grown man. And they said, why don't you stay? Because a lot of the guys that run this organization have known me for a long time. They know how I drink. And they said, why don't you stay and give it a little more time? And I said, I'll get back to you. I went and talked to my daughter, and she says, you fucking stay. And I said, okay. So I did. And I'm going to be there until I don't need to be. The thing I knew that I had to do something that I'd never done before in my whole life. I had to have a spiritual experience. If I had to look under every rock, whatever, I had to have a spiritual experience. And it actually just happened by doing everything that my sponsor suggested. Doing the writing, going to meetings, talking to you guys, and it happened. It happened. I had a spiritual experience. I have a faith in a power that I never wanted to have. Even with 11 years sober, I didn't want that. I'm like, okay, I'll do all this stuff. I won't drink. I'll do 90 meetings, all that kind of crap, But I wasn't gonna give my life over to a power greater than myself because I was shit. And but I did, and it saved my life, and it saves my life on a daily basis. And my sobriety is contingent on that walk with my higher power every day. And that's stuff I used to say. I used to say it. I used to tell sponsees, this is what it should be, and I never believed it, until I realized, on December 6th, or actually I realized maybe on December 7th that I wanted to live, and that if I was going to live, everything had to change, because if I'm going to be angry and miserable, I'd really rather just be fucked up. I'd rather be drunk. And in just a few short months, I found so much hope. I've met a bunch of friends. I have some guys that live in the houses that ask me for my ideas, and some of them just hate my guts, and that's okay. And I'm learning something every day because I become teachable again. And I'm a know-it-all, so that was kind of a hard thing to admit. I am teachable. I can learn something every day from everybody. And I went back to my home group, and I don't know how much time I got here. I got plenty of time. So I started going back to my home group while I was drinking, and I don't. The fact checker's right here because I don't remember, but apparently I figured out how to get on Zoom for a couple of my old home groups. And I told everybody they hated them, and they actually have a special little room with one babysitter they put me in when I was on leave. and I love that story. But and then I've also heard from another old home group that they kind of had to do the same thing. And because you know what, at the end of the day, you guys screwed up my 13 years of drinking. That seed was planted, and I, in desperation, even when I was plowed and don't remember it, I turned to you guys, and said and did terrible things, and let you all know that tonight's my last night. Goodbye. And I let my children know that, my elderly parents know that, and when that was all said and done, there you were still. I have 4 children, 2 grandchildren, and my 3 oldest, they're coming around, and my youngest saved my life. My oldest is one of us, and we talk all the time now. And my oldest son he's having father-son talks again. And my youngest son, who's a teenager, my youngest son is a teenager. So that's all I want to say about that. You know, I certainly love him. Um, and, uh, and, you know, my life is changing. There's a lot of redemption in the love of children. And at the same time, there's a lot of redemption in the love of the people in these rooms, you know, and I feel like even for the little bit of memory I have of maybe going on a Zoom meeting drunk, I still kind of felt like I was home, you know, and I know I'm home now. Um, I'm back with the home group that I've been in and out of for decades, and and I love it, and I love everybody there, you know. And I know I've known people for years. I've known my sponsor for almost 3 decades, you know. And when I did my when I read my fourth step to him, I couldn't lie. The guy knows me, you know. He knows me, and that I had such an amazing experience with that, you know. And I just got down and did it, and everything that I've been doing, coming back to this program, is been it's the fulfillment that I've always wanted in my heart about what my life really should be. And I have a sense. I feel a sense of purpose. I'm working and living with guys that are trying to find a path, and my path is to be of service in whatever capacity I can be. You know, if that's saying hello to you at the door or pouring your coffee, whatever it is, that's my purpose. And I know that because my God tells me that's my purpose, and I know that, and I feel it. And I'm incredibly grateful to be sober, and grateful to be asked to speak here. And now you're going to get wowed,
Yeah.
okay, by one of my oldest and dearest friends in the state of Washington, for sure. And I love you. Thank you.